part 2 of the video I'm making at Beaulieu. The first part got terminated accidentally. Hopefully you'll let me off that. So this is a 1914 Rolls-Royce 4050 Alpine Eagle next to a 1969 Jensen Interceptor. Clearly there's other exciting things behind here, but the curtain's up, so I won't sort of, invaded privacy there. This is a very early Interceptor, you can see by the grills, quite different from the later ones. And we've got a couple of rally cars. We've got a 1983 Audi Quattro A2 and a 1981 Ford Escort Rs 1800. Now the Escort Mark II, and this is a Mark II, have been discontinued by this time. They still were using the body shell clearly in the mechanicals for rally driving, because the front wheel drive Escort Mark III wasn't actually suitable to be used as a rally car at the time, and they made a special Escort, I think it was called the RS 1700 a bit later on in 82 or 83. That didn't work out very well, and so eventually they made the RS 200. Very nice 1989 Lotus Esprit here, with the Citroen CX door mirrors, Morris Marina door handles, and the rear lights. They look like they're similar to the ones used on the Elan, but I could be wrong about that. Obviously designed by, I think it was Julian Thompson who did this particular facelift, and then Peter Stevens was later one. I could be getting wrong about that. Let's move over here and have a look at this Jaguar XK150 on the way past more cars from Ching Ching Bang Bang. Actually, I was a bit distracted on the way by this 1938 Rover 14. And a Ford Anglia from 1949. This is a post-war car, even though it looks very much like a pre-war car. When they brought out the new Anglia, which was in 1953, they kept this model in production as the popular until '59, when the last Anglia came out. So a very familiar sight on the roads for many, many years. So I know I said it was an XK140, it's actually an XK150, this one. So it's a 1960, last year of production before the E-Type came in. Absolutely stunning, stunning car. Drop head coupe, lovely colour, beautiful leather, bit of sort of patina in there. Don't know why they've got this rat trap in there, but there we go. So yes, that's most of the stuff in there. We'll go and take a look outside as well. There's a couple of other things I'd like to show you there. Okay, so we're now out of the main museum, and we're in this sort of arena bit to the side. We might go and take a look at the wall of Top Gear in a bit, but we'll go into on-screen cars first of all. And hopefully there's not too much wind noise at the moment. It shouldn't be too bad as we go in. So first of all, we've got one of the cars from Harry Potter. This is 1966 Ford Anglia, 997cc, producing an incredible 41 horsepower. I can't remember how many were used in the films, and I don't really care. I'm very sorry, I'm not really into Harry Potter. This is from Die Another Day. It's a Jaguar XKR from 2002. With a machine gun in the back. Again, I'm not into Die Another Day particularly. It's really not a good film. But we've got Barbara's Citroen Dispatch Taxi. This is a 2005 model and featured in an episode from 2017, I believe, a 20th anniversary one. Again, I'm not really into that stuff. I don't know much about it. This, however, is a bit more up my street. This is a Sivir Edwardian. It was made in about 1970 for Doctor Who, as you can, I don't know if you can see John Pertwee in the background, possibly the light's not good enough, but this was used very much in the third Doctor's era of Doctor Who in the early 70s. I do apologise about background noise in here. I might have to cut this bit a little bit short for a second. Wow, that was inconvenient. I do apologise for that. The school children have now left. So as I was saying, this is in 1970. Sivir Edwardian had an 1172 Ford Sivir engine, and the chassis was taken from the sort of Supervan Fords that were produced from the late 30s to the late 50s, so 47Y, Anglia or Popular, and this was used in the third Doctor's era, the early 70s, and then was used in 83, also in 89, and then in 1993 in various Doctor Who adventures. This is Piaggio Ape from the Absolutely Fabulous film. I haven't seen that, so I can't really comment on it. This is BWY Zeta from 62. It was used in Heartbeat. Don't remember it from the series. I haven't watched it in years anyway. This is a bit more like it, something I actually know a little bit about. This is a Reliant Regal Supervan 3. It's from Only Fools and Horses. I don't know if that's a plate they used in the series. I think they used more than one of them. Which, yes, it's you can see it in such original condition. It's got cracks on the glass fibre, there's touch-up paint, and of course taxes in the post. This is one of Mr. Bean's minis. The plate on it looks like the one from the Mr. Bean animated series, ST952R. I don't know if that's the original plate on the car. They used several of these during the filming of Mr. Bean series. And it's I think a Mini 1000, yeah, it's a Mini 1000. Oh, look at the buses here. This is not actually a 1920s bus, it's built in the early 70s and recently restored. As you can see, it's OH02L, HO being a Hampshire plate and L denoting the year, so it would have been about the same time the building was built in 71, 72. It was registered and it's maintained here. It's a good looking thing. Right, let's go in the world of Top Gear and see what more delights we can find in here. So we start off with the P45 from Series 19, but Jeremy Clarkson himself drove around, fully road legal, basically a quad bike with a big man and a funny body on top of it. This is the Caravan airship from Series 14 that James May unsuccessfully tried to pilot around. Then the famous Hammerhead Eagle Thrust, based on a TVR chassis but 100% electric. Somehow this got through the SVA test. I really don't know how that's possible, but look at these deck chairs. Absolutely ridiculous. It's going a bit rusty now as well because this sort of shed this things are kept in isn't the best in terms of a briefing. Sorry about the background noise. This is Lotus Esprit. Sorry, no, not Lotus Esprit, I do apologise. This is an XL. So they couldn't afford an Esprit, so they got an XL. This is I think an 87, modified for Series 15, Episode 4. Interior still looks quite good considering, although I don't know what about the cups in there. This is the Rover James, or a modified Fiat Multipla. That was, sorry about the finger on lens there. That was used in Series 19 again in 2013. It again blew up somewhere on the A338. Homemade Ambulance Challenge is one of the last things that Hammond, Clarkson and May did. This is a Porsche 944 Turbo. This is the Mini that they use for ski jumping. I think this is an 80s Mini. Then the Golf and the Mercedes from the double-decker car challenge. Some scooters from Vietnam. And this very, very nice Jaguar XJS V12 convertible. I think it's probably from about 88, 89, something like that. And there's the Sports Train Caravan. This is Series 17, Episode 4 from 2011. A lot of railway journalists made very sick by it. Then some off-road mobility scooters that they made. And then 3 cars that were used in amphibious vehicles challenges in Series 10 initially, the damper van. This was a modified Volkswagen air-cooled camper van that sank. And then Series 10, this is the Nissan hardbody truck from Victim 95, this one, that made it all the way across the channel. As you can see, the headlights showing water ingress and the radiator's been stuffed up. And then the Triumph Herald, this was used in both the previous challenges. That's probably a sort of re-registration with an SL, looks like it. I don't know what original plate was on this, but I think this is probably a 948cc Herald, and it's not looking the first flush of youth. We're now in this sort of more modern era of Top Gear here. This is the post-Clarkson, Hammond and May era. So Series 24, the high mileage challenge in Kazakhstan in 2017. Mercedes E-Class, Volvo V70, and I think that is a TX2. Cars that have been around the clock several times. The Ssangyong Rhodius, modified into a luxury yacht. Probably the best thing they ever did about the looks of this car. The successor car, which is called the Turismo, is a lot better looking than this, but you know, what can you do? Then we've got a couple of cars from the Cuba Special, which was Series 24, Episode 6 in 2017. Maserati Biturbo, Chevrolet Camaro, and then something that was broadcast only a couple of weeks ago, Mercedes S600, Bentley Turbo R, and a Rolls Royce Silver Shadow from the Aristocars episode from Series 26, when the cars raced at Silverstone, and the only car I believe that finished was the Rolls Royce. Right, so I do apologise about the wind noise out here. Just wanted to show you a couple of other exhibits from the Top Gear instalment they've got here. This is the second Reliant Robin space shuttle they were going to launch if the first one went okay, which of course it didn't. The first one blew up. This hasn't got a sunroof as the first one had, so that's how you can tell them apart. Then there's the Class Dominator Combine Harvester. That was from episode and Series 16 in 2011. Then there's the Sports Tractor over here. This is from one of the post-2015 episodes, I forget which one. I'm sure I've seen it, but I don't remember it very well. Tractor from Series 25, Episode 5 apparently. And then finally we've got one of the most famous cars ever appeared in the newer series of Top Gear. It's a Fiat Panda Limousine from Series 9, Episode 2, with wonderful Q plates. 2 Fiat Panda 1000s. Obviously there's the original plate for anybody who wants to look that up. It's a 1990 plate, I think. Look how long this is. This is absolutely ridiculous. Obviously the original bodywork collapsed actually, probably about there. And so this has been modified since then. But as you can see, it still retains the original Fiat Panda interior and a front end. Oh, and by the way, monorail. More monorail from inside the museum. Very exciting. So in 1966, they filmed the end tag sequences for 3 episodes of the Avengers here, which were The Bird Who Knew Too Much, Escape in Time, and The See-Through Man. I can't remember exactly the other 2 cars that were used in each of the sequences. One was a unique, actually I can. One was a unique taxi, one was the 1909 Rolls Royce Silver Ghost we saw in the museum, and one was an old Vauxhall. And they went out this gate here, which goes to the Beaulieu Village and Beaulieu River. Let's get a shot of the house now there. What we might do now is just pop inside the entrance to the house so that you can see where the first Beaulieu Museum actually was and where they had the first 5 cars. Right, so it's a little bit busy in the hallway, the Palace House at the moment, so I'll probably not best do any filming in there. But anyway, that's my slightly shambolic, actually very shambolic, walk around the Beaulieu National Motor Museum on this wonderful April day. It's got a lot better since we started filming. Apologies for the wind noise, apologies for the errors, apologies for the rambling and inaccurate commentary. But don't forget to subscribe to the channel, don't forget to like this video, to leave a comment below. My Facebook page is facebook.com/Lloyd Vehicle Consulting. My website is www.lloydvehicleconsulting.co.uk. If you wish for me to source a car for you, it doesn't have to be anything that we've seen today, although we had still plenty of nice things. Then just use the contact me page on the website to get in touch. I'd love to source a car for you. Maybe it's one that be in the future worthy of being in a museum. Thank you very much once again for watching.